Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now July 6th of 2020, and ever since the release of Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, a lot of fans around the world have been very intrigued about the future of the Star Wars franchise by Disney, Lucasfilm, Bob Iger, Bob Chapek, and others on board that's really going to evolve the Star Wars franchise even further. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, the one thing about Disney Star Wars is that yes, they are in a phase of desperation and damage control. There's no doubt about this. We do know that, of course, Bob Iger and Bob Chapek only want the best for Star Wars fans and for the entire Star Wars community at hand here. And what they're essentially trying to do is that they're trying to really rebuild the Star Wars franchise, and they're trying to reunite the fandom around the world after a handful of the fan base left the Star Wars franchise after the sequel trilogy movies. Now, with that being said, of course, we do know that a lot of change is happening behind the scenes over at Lucasfilm when it comes to the movies, the TV shows, all the video games that are being developed like Squadrons and others out there. A lot of canon material is coming our way. That's really going to be a big deal this October with the release of The Mandalorian Season 2, and of course next year in 2021, which is where we're going to be seeing more and more live action and animated material coming our way when it comes to Disney Star Wars. Honestly, the biggest one that I'm looking forward to when it comes to Disney Plus is the Kenobi live action TV series for Disney Plus in 2022, which they will begin filming in early 2021. Now, with that being said, of course, what's really intriguing about all of this is that now that both Disney and Lucasfilm are finished with the Skywalker saga, they are focused on their new Star Wars trilogy of films as well as their new Star Wars universe in general. It's explained that currently both Bob Iger and Bob Chapek are working very hard as a team in order to create a better and brighter future for the Star Wars brand. However, behind the scenes, it's explained that actor Adam Driver was very angry with Lucasfilm's Kathleen Kennedy for many reasons about the rise of Skywalker. It's noted that one of the reasons Adam Driver was angry with Kathleen Kennedy had to do with the fact that she cut a major scene between Kylo Ren and Anakin Skywalker that we're going to finally meet in person, and that the scene that would actually originally turn Kylo Ren to the light would involve Anakin instead of Han Solo. Now, let me just say one thing right here real quick, is that I think that Anakin in Han Solo's place would have made a little bit more sense, because after all, he is a Skywalker, and number two, of course, Ben Solo was always looking up to his grandfather and wondering who in the world Anakin really was, and he only looked at the side of Darth Vader. So, moving on, Adam Driver had trained for the scene with Christensen remotely for a number of weeks before Kathleen Kennedy deleted the scene from the film, and Adam Driver since has held a grudge against Kennedy and has been very unhappy with her decision of cutting nearly 30% of his other scenes that JJ, of course, actually developed of the JJ cut of The Rise of Skywalker, where it's noted that Adam Driver had tons of more dialogue in Episode 9 before his scenes were put to rest by Kathleen Kennedy in the second phase of reshoots. So, in case you guys are out of the loop, and this is very important to know, when it comes to The Rise of Skywalker, there were two phases of reshoots and rewrites at the same time. We had rewrites and reshoots in late 2018, and then we had the same exact scenario in early 2019. And this was a big deal because at the end of the day, we do know that a lot of fans were looking forward to what JJ and Chris wanted to do, and how they were going to be using some of Chris Terrio's, or should I say Colin Trevorrow's ideas in the actual movie that were going to be very similar to his version of Duel of the Fates, which was the original title of Episode 9 before JJ got on board. So you can see that Adam Driver really poured his heart and soul into this actual movie, and there were a lot of scenes out there that would have been so magical. Imagine having Ben Solo and Anakin in one scene, only for it to be deleted by Kathleen Kennedy, and how Adam Driver trained so very long for that scene and rehearsed numerous times, only for that scene to be deleted by Kathleen Kennedy just because, right? Now, is that me saying that the Han Solo and Ben Solo scene is bad? Absolutely not. I think it's one of the big highlights of The Rise of Skywalker, and probably one of the best acted moments in the third act of Episode 9, in my opinion. So, with that being said, when we look at Kathleen Kennedy, this is yet another great example that she doesn't really know exactly what she's doing over at Lucasfilm. She doesn't really know what she's doing for the Star Wars fans and for the Star Wars community in general. All she really cares about is, of course, her own agenda and how she wants her movies to be made. And this is exactly why I've always said constantly that I'm very happy that she no longer has creative control over a majority of these new Star Wars movies or TV shows, except for 2 TV shows coming to Disney Plus. That's going to be by Leslie Headland and some other unknown director and/or writer for the animated TV show as of this moment. So, with that being said, of course, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.